When I first heard about the concept that God evolves, I was very intrigued by that possibility because growing up in the church, I never thought about that. I never was introduced to that idea. I even thought it was kind of taboo or blasphemous to think that God could evolve. So it never really entered my consciousness. Hi, I'm Stephanie, and if you are ready to develop your psychic gifts and learn what is holding you back, any subconscious limiting beliefs or blocks, and clear them out for good, click the link in the description to apply for private mentorship with me. So this story in the Bible that we're going to be talking about today is the flood story. And I heard this as a child growing up in the church multiple times every year. And it is one of my favorite stories. So it is the classic story of Noah and the ark and getting a message from God that there was going to be a thunderstorm or a rainstorm. And he was going to use this to destroy the earth and get rid of all the people that were living in sin and were not following him. So Noah built the ark, got all the animals on board, 2 of each kind so they can reproduce in the new world after the flood. And so that is how the story goes. And at the end of the story, God looks at what he has done and expresses regret. He expresses remorse. He says, I will never do this again. I will never flood the earth again. And this is my promise that I will never do that. And he puts a rainbow in the sky. So this is interesting because he expresses remorse. He expresses regret. He's saying, I shouldn't have done that. And I did, and here's my promise that I will never do that again. So is this evidence that God is evolving? Is this evidence that he is learning from his mistakes, from his actions, and he's taking the next step to make sure he doesn't do that again, ensure his growth, ensure his personal growth? And it does feel a little blasphemous saying that. I grew up in the church and I was taught not to question pastors, leaders in the church, deacons. And so just saying that is kind of hard to say, but it is interesting because you would think that an all-knowing, all-conscious source energy wouldn't need to learn from an action, would already know what the outcome was going to be and not do that in the first place if he saw what he did and had regret or remorse. So it's an interesting way to think about it. And also proof that anyone can learn from what they are doing, any action that they're taking. You can always choose a different path. You can always choose a different way for yourself. You are not locked in to anything, any contracts, any soul contracts, any karmic contracts, any soul family member contract. You can always get out of it. And this is proof that you are a fractal of source energy, because just like God in the story of the flood, he made a promise that he wasn't going to do it again, and he hasn't done it again. So he would never destroy the earth with a flood again, and the symbol for that promise is the rainbow. So he learned from his action, from doing it, and he saw that what he did was something that he regretted, and he was expressing remorse. He was saying he shouldn't have done that. It was something that he wished he hadn't done. So to me, that's just a fascinating part of the story and something that we can all take from, because we can all learn from this story. We can all learn from our past experiences and choose not to repeat them again. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Let me know in the comments what you think below, and I will see you in the next video.